Thanks very much. Kevin Hoy is joining us with a look at what happened on this day in history.
Well, today marks the 150th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's famous Gettysburg Address. Lincoln was asked to speak at the dedication of the military cemetery at Gettysburg 4.5 months after Union forces defeated the Confederates in the Battle of Gettysburg. In Lincoln's 272-word speech, he recognized those who sacrificed their lives during the Civil War and reminded an American public that was generally sick of the war how important it was to keep fighting for freedom. It just amazes me that a speech that was less than 2 minutes long is considered one of the best of all time.
And it has an impact this many years later when you hear it still.
He wasn't even the featured speaker at that event. Some
279 words, you said?
272.
Huh? 72?
Yeah,
okay.
some guy before him spoke for 2 hours.
Wow.
Moving ahead nearly a century, in 1959, the Ford Motor Company announced it was halting production of the unpopular Ezel model. The Ezel was introduced in 1957 after 3 years on the drafting table and lots of hype. Consumers found it to be too expensive and unappealing. Less than 100,000 Ezels were sold, causing Ford to lose about $350 million on the model. In today's money, that's about $2 billion.
Yikes.
That's a pretty big blunder right there.
Yeah.
Some big Grammy history was made in 1990. Speaking of blunders, that's when the pop duo Milli Vanilli was stripped of their Best New Artist Grammy Award. The group rose to fame very quickly with their self-titled debut album, but as fast as they rose to fame, they hit rock bottom even quicker. That's because the producer of the album admitted that the duo didn't sing on the album. It was actually 3 other men who weren't credited for their performance. They remain the only artists to have a Grammy Award revoked.
Well, blame it on the rain, right, Bill? Blame it on the rain. Blame it on the rain. Yeah. Kevin, is this too young for you? He doesn't have any idea what's happening.
I was
young.
4 years old at that time.
All right, sorry. I digress.
It was 7 years ago today. We're moving to something that I actually know.
Okay.
The Wii, Nintendo Wii, hit store shelves. At the time, it was a revolutionary game system because of its motion sensing controllers that allowed the user to interact with the game. Nintendo has sold more than 100 million Wiis over the years. It's a fun time there.
I thought, is this a rumor that, are they done making the Wiis?
They're done selling them in Europe, shipping them to Europe. They're still doing it in the US, but there are 2 new game consoles out that use this motion sensing.
Right. That you don't even, some of them you don't even have to hold the remotes now for anymore. Right. So it's still, the Wii is still popular in my house, I'll tell you that.
That Wii bowling?
Oh yeah.
I mean, you did a story on the guy who could bowl 300 games like it was.
He was up to like 15,000 perfect games.
I've bowled a 300 game on
there
before. Yeah, a few. Yeah.
I have not.
I should challenge him maybe.
All right, yeah. Oh, you should.
No.
He'd
kick my butt.
He'd smoke you. He'd wipe the floor with you. But you can find more on this day in history on our morning show website.
Just head to news8000.com and click on the News 8 This Morning link under the News tab. You'll find today's On This Day collection right there.
All right.